Hey, I'm Caylakat, and I'm a realtor in Teyvat. Are you looking to relocate from your universe or dimension? Then look no further, because I'm Teyvat's most accomplished realtor. I've sold a townhouse in Mondstadt to Mona Majestis, an ocean view duplex to a shape-shifting crane. I've even helped the Hydro Archon herself, Furina. I sold her a beautiful place in downtown Fontaine, adjacent to the macaroni store. Whether you're looking to move to the quaint main street of downtown Inazuma, or perhaps tree-shaded student housing within close proximity to Sumeru's academia, I'm the #1 realtor for you. The only area I don't work with is Natland because everyone lives in like caves, and the main city is just a gladiator arena, and there's no houses anywhere in the new areas, so I don't know where these people live. We're just focusing on the main cities and downtowns, not the surrounding villages or mansions. These are really for a single person looking to date or seduce the characters in their loft. Alright, let's get into the video. Let me know which area you want to move into. Rent starts at 1 million mora a month. Mondstadt, the fairy tale city of Animo, where the breeze is ever present but never too strong, and the flowing wine is ever present and could be stronger, according to Venti, much to Diluc's chagrin. The windmills churn, the alcohol burns, but the warmth of coming home is the heart of Mondstadt. It's like nostalgia incarnate, and the feeling of family, even though these plant boxes are not aligned properly. Let's talk about the highlights of Mondstadt and see if this area is right for you. Mondstadt revolves around a drinking culture, so if you don't like to drink, Mondstadt may not be right for you. But if you like pulling pranks on drunk people, you could always do that. There are some quiet streets if you prefer a more peaceful nightlife, such as the area around the Knights of Favonius headquarters, who do not suffer drunken hijinks after 10 p.m. The weather is moderate and has a chill at night, so if you love tropical beach paradise weather, then Mondstadt may not be right for you. Here's Mona, a satisfied customer of mine. She had no proof of income, but I worked with her and the landlord to allow her to pay an upfront sum to secure her beautiful townhouse. She provided her own security in the form of a magic seal on the door. Let's get a quote from her. "Oh, you want me to talk about my experience living in Mondstadt? Well, I don't really drink. But the shenanigans of the townsfolk are quite entertaining. I do find that Mondstadt has the most clear, crisp night sky view of the stars that help with my astrology." Let's get another quote from someone who lives in Mondstadt. "What? I sleep on roofs." There are two main places to get your drink on in Mondstadt. The first being Angel Share, a tavern and restaurant located in the northeast of town. The biggest downside of living in Mondstadt is that you must read this poster every time you enter the Angel Share. It's quite irritating. If you didn't know, the term Angel Share refers to the liquid that evaporates from an open bottle of spirits. Ironically, there has never been a case of an open spirit bottle left out long enough in Mondstadt for this to ever happen. For more of a cocktail bar vibe, visit the Cat's Tail, run by Diona the bartender and head mixologist. Diona is famous for taking the strangest ingredients and most unusual flavors, and somehow combining them in a drink that still tastes delicious and palatable. For the pious folk, there is not a more pristine cathedral in all of Teyvat. Enjoy peaceful and serene Sunday mornings, listening to the sisters say their prayers to the Animo Archon as dandelion seeds flow past the extravagant statue that stands in the courtyard. You can always feel free to visit the Knights of Favonius for any troubles you may have. While you're there, you may as well take in a book or two at their world-class library, which houses a collection of thousands of books of all styles and shapes. Mondstadt is party central for any young person who loves bars and hearty food, experiencing chilly, windy nights, exploring the town drunk. The wine flows and the hoes ho. Mona needs money, and Venti needs wine, and kitty cats need you to pet them. Here are the niche.com ratings for Mondstadt. Safety, nightlife, and walkability is all pretty high in the ratings, but family is a 2 out of 5 because there's a lot of alcoholic parents, including Diona's absentee dad. Here are the rest of the ratings. I hear that the Archon is pretty chill. Who is Liyue good for? Well, anyone who craves adventure and strives to be as worldly as possible. People from all over Teyvat come into the harbor every day and bring with them stories, tastes, and opportunities. They say variety is the spice of life, and Liyue solidifies that statement as its food is known for being scorching to the tongue. You'll find everyone in Liyue pronouncing the name differently because people come from all over to visit this expansive and lively port town. With magnificent ocean views, Liyue truly showcases the epitome of a bustling city. The magnificence of the architecture is truly unmatched. You will never be lonely or bored living in Liyue Harbor. Liyue Harbor is made up of 3 areas: Feiyun Slope, Chihu Rock, and Yujing Terrace. Feiyun Slope houses the northern entrance most travelers will end up taking when arriving from Mondstadt. This section is large and contains many important institutions such as the Ministry of Civil Affairs and the Northland Bank. Why not try Xinyu Kiosk, which specializes in Yu cuisine, which is seafood-based. I'm still working on getting some listings of apartments near Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, just making sure Hu Tao's ghost friend isn't haunting anything.
Upstairs in the master bedroom, we did find an entity, and it was an incubus. That is a pretty evil spirit, actually, and he said that this spirit women and has sex with them until they die. I know it sounds awful, but we're going to have it taken care of. We're going to have an exorcist come in and get rid of it.
This is real? Really?
I know, isn't that unbelievable that things like this happen in this world?
Chihu Rock is the southern section of the harbor. Go down to the actual docks for fishmongers and goods from all over the world. Wanmin Restaurant, run by Chef Mao, features his own daughter, Xianling, as a head chef, and is a great place to stop by and have a spicy outdoor snack while walking around with your friends in the afternoon. I recently sold a duplex to a woman named Zhang Yun, who told me not to let everyone know that she shapeshifts into a bird. Here's a quote from her. "One was under the impression that the racket from the docks would disturb one's tranquility, but in little time, one has become accustomed to the harbor sounds, and now finds them to be quite soothing." Yujing Terrace is the upper level of the Liyue Harbor, which overlooks the entire area. Here, there is Bubu Pharmacy and Yiyan Temple for worship of the Geo Archon. Liyue is right for you if you love the hustle and bustle of a port town with new faces to see every day. The food is spicy, the aura lively, and it's not for someone who wants a quiet place to relax. Niche.com rates everything in Liyue pretty highly. Just want to reiterate that there are a lot of water and cliffs to fall into and off of. We think that the Archon is dead. It's Sakura season year-round in Inazuma. This downtown acts as a gateway to the expansive palace of the Raiden Shogun. Its epic majesty still somehow eludes a quaint serenity. Despite the bustling shops and eateries, the culture of Inazuma is less about partying and more about being at peace with yourself. Inazuma City is divided into 3 areas: Hanamizaka, Tenryo, and Tenchukaku. All of my pronunciations throughout this entire video actually have been perfect, so do not say anything about them, especially Liyue. Points of interest in Hanamizaka include Fireworks Factory and Yai Publishing House. You'll find the main downtown street in Tenryo. Some establishments cater to the feeling of tranquility, such as the Komor Tea House, which has a dog at the counter. Enjoy shopping for crafts and clothes at Netsuki No-Gen Crafts and Ogura Textiles and Kimonos. Tenchukaku is where the Raiden Shogun resides. Here you can find the Royal Hot Springs and the Palace. Feel free to walk the grounds of the palace, but if you have a vision out, then you will get shot on the spot. I haven't really worked with anyone in downtown Inazuma for a little while, but currently I'm working with a client, Arataki Ito, to help find him a nice place in downtown Inazuma.
I'm Arataki Ito. I need a room for my bugs.
Let's figure out if Inazuma is the right fit for you. For retirees and non-partiers, I would recommend Inazuma as a great spot to settle down. The peace and quiet of eternity is unmatched. The forecast always contains thunder and lightning, but don't fret because that rarely means rain. It's mostly just for show. Inazuma is very isolated, so it's definitely good for people who are looking to get away from their crazy families who live in other nations. The Sakura-lined streets of Inazuma City really does make it feel like a place you would want to spend eternity. It's tranquil most of the time, when the Arataki gang aren't being chased through the streets of Tenryou. So if you like more peace and quiet, this is the downtown for you. Inazuma does throw festivals though, so be aware that sometimes it can get rowdy and loud, thanks to Yorimiya's fireworks, as any other city during a party.
When are they gonna get to the fireworks factory?
Here are the niche.com ratings. So, to be honest, transportation and Archon insanity level are not looking great, but at least there's not really any giant monster attacks. The jungle heat and the depth of intellect combine to make Sumeru a tropical paradise of knowledge and fun. Obviously recommended for any student of the academia, but even if you're not taking classes, the streets of Sumeru hold wisdom for any age. The food here is spicy like Liyue and hearty like Mondstadt, but with more exotic spices and variety. The Grand Bazaar and Nilu's stage dance the scent of foreign spices into your soul while you shop for you and your roommate. Are you a college student attending the academia, but your parents want you to dorm at the school with smelly shared bathrooms? Well, tell your parents to give me a call, and we can get you a private apartment. There are plenty of rentable houses and apartments nearby. The intoxicating scents coming from the Grand Bazaar are as pleasingly dizzying as Nilu's dances. Shop till you drop for masalas, powders, and ham. Sumeru Restaurants rivals Jianling's restaurant for spiciest food around, but also offers plenty of cheesy, hearty, and cooling dishes as well. Settle in at the Puspa Cafe, where you could play some TCG, or enjoy one of the many decadent desserts that Sumeru has to offer, paired with your world-class, freshly ground coffee. Thank the 7 for baklava.
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 It's really completely changed the way I think about my desserts. I really only think I can focus on baklava from now on.
Sumeru is a college town, with plenty of parties, but mostly they are quiet and just involve studying. Treasure Street is a shopping district that speaks for itself. Here you can find trinkets of brass, gold, and vegetation of all sorts. I recently rented a house to a very attractive couple. As with any place in Sumeru City, you get a prime location in a giant tree. I tried to get a quote from the young couple I sold this house to, but due to their busy schedules, they were not available. But I did happen to record some candid audio from outside their window. Sumeru is obviously right for you if you're attending the academia, but anyone else who aspires to uncover the secrets of this world and gain as much knowledge as possible of food, nature, and of themselves should look no further than the city of Sumeru. Sumeru can be sweltering, so make sure to befriend a cryo-vision holder. I hear Layla is a great study buddy, as her rooms are always air-conditioned. According to niche.com, Sumeru is great for learning, but make sure to keep your kids off those darn Akasha video games. Fontaine is a height of sophistication and elegance. Fontaine requires a specific etiquette and knowledge of the placement and order of dishes to fully enjoy any breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, or supper, or midnight snack. Take in the opera for an elevated date night, but don't take a right on the way to the opera or 2 ballet dancers will try to murder you. Enjoy the views of beautiful Fontaine. Don't go underground, there's poor people. We'll be looking at the Court of Fontaine, which acts as the urban hub and the main city area of the region. If you're into elevated and extravagant art, such as magic shows and opera, then you will love Fontaine, which houses the Opera Éclairée. Classy, expensive, and elitist, Fontainians love turning up their nose at anything of less quality than they are used to, whether it's clothing, food, Fonta, or the prison system. Here are some points of interest in the Court of Fontaine. Hotel de Bois is more than just a place to sleep for out-of-towners, as its restaurant is world-class and hosts artists of all types to perform during specialty dinner parties. Fontainians love their decadent and extravagant desserts, so expect many carts to be wheeled around by snooty waiters, offering you to point at what looks the most delectable and desirable, but try not to choke when the waiter tells you the price. Any civil matter you may have can be brought to the Palais Marmonia, Enjoy the grand architecture and epic scope of the furniture, while complaining about cheese taxes. If you find yourself fortunate enough to be invited to one of Nouvelette's water tasting parties, make sure to never comment that they all taste the same. The last person who did this was shot out of the top level window by a giant water cannon. Oh my god! Here's a quote from one of my clients, Furina de Fontaine herself. Only recently have I discovered you can pair macaroni with cheese. Is Fontaine right for you? Well, the cost of living is higher than other regions, and if you were ever late on your rent, you might get sent underground. There's a lot of unspoken rules of the court of Fontaine, so mind your wardrobe, mannerisms, and etiquette. Also, everyone is made out of water. Fontaine is upper-class living at its finest. The high arts, 5-star dining, and modern transportation combine to make the Court of Fontaine a truly lavish living experience. If the prophecy turns out to be true, things are looking a little bleak for you if you're made out of water, but otherwise it's looking okay. The Archon is an actress, so her insanity level is 5 out of 5. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know which area you would want to move into. Personally, I'd move into Fontaine to be near Nouvelette and Riceley. If you want to reach out to me to purchase any of these apartments, make sure to like and subscribe and follow me on Twitch. All right, I'll see you soon for another video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!